All right, guys, this is Emmett again, the Alpha Builder. And guys, I'm sitting in here in my shop here, or my shelter here that I have. And I just sit here and I be having thoughts and stuff. So I'm starting to just go ahead and start getting these things out as I think of them. So I have my phone and everything here. I was just thinking about this right here, guys. Why is it that some builders, or some guys is just getting into the game, they are hell bent on learning everything the hard way? Guys, and this right here video right here is inspired because there's a few builders that, I've helped those guys, study to get their home builder's license. And these guys get out here and they get their license and stuff, and they get out here and they start navigating and working. And things that I would tell them, they would ask me questions, and things that I would tell them, they would do the total opposite. I mean, they'd just be asking me, and I would give them my advice, but they would just go ahead and do what they're going to do anyway, and they would fail miserably. They just fail miserably. And then not only that, not just failure as far as go out of business, but these guys would just, they would end up having to spend more money over things that I said, hey, you probably don't want to do this right here, and this is how you want to do it. And if you follow my advice, that'd be okay. And these same guys would come back to me later on, and they'd have to admit, I should have listened. Guys, this industry, construction, now if you're a sub-trade, if you're doing a sub-trade, you may be okay. But in this industry, in construction, as far as you being the general contractor, or you are the home builder, and you're responsible for everybody, you pay your suppliers. Guys, it's over 300,000 parts in a house, and you're responsible for every last one of them. You can't do this on your own. You have to be able to learn from other people's experience. This is why one of the biggest helps that I've had, guys, one of the major things that I've done that changed me as a builder is joining an association. And joining the Home Builders Association. And in this particular area, I'm in the Greater Birmingham Association of Home Builders. But what has happened, guys, is I was introduced to a lot of builders who were much older than me, who have a lot more experience than I do, and I learned from their mistakes. This is why legacy builders, most of the builders that are really doing really good in this area that we're in, usually these guys are legacy builders. Their father was a builder. And so let's think about what happens, guys. So what ended up happening is the dad went through some things as he built his company, and he was able to share that with his son. If his son had a passion for it, he was able to share that with his son. And then the son was able to take it and take what he learned, and learn from the mistakes that the dad made, so he don't make those mistakes. He take it and move forward. This is how you do things, guys. Now, I didn't have a dad that was a home builder, so in my case, guys, I had to use mentors. But especially my people, man, I don't know why we're hell bent on learning everything the hard way, not listening. And then something, we think is a badge of honor to struggle, to go through something and you fall on your face, and then we talk about, oh man, we did this right here, and when we struggle. Guys, if I get my son I don't want him to have to go through the struggles that I've been through. Some of the things I went through because I didn't have anybody. Well, I had some mentors and stuff. But on the financial side, I had to kind of pretty much learn the financial side myself. But guys, we have got to start learning from one another. We've got to start, especially my people, man. If another builder, and then maybe they don't want to take it from me because of who I am, I don't know. or take advice from me because of who I am. Like, he don't know what he's talking about. I get that. That may happen too, guys. But as a contractor, guys, if you're a residential general contractor or home builder, you have got to start learning from other people's mistakes. You don't have, man, you cannot be sustainable in this building industry if you're going to try to make all the mistakes as a builder so that you can learn from those mistakes. You're not going to make it. You're not going to stay in business, guys. It's not going to happen. So this is why, guys, learn from other people's mistakes, guys. Once again, guys, like, share, subscribe. I just thought I'd put that out there because, I be trying to train some of these guys, and sometimes these guys are just hard-headed, man. They don't get it, and they go out there and do the exact thing that I told them they shouldn't do, and they bust their head wide open, and then they come back, and a lot of times they don't even want to tell them that they bust their head open. Then they have to go ahead and admit that, son, you were right. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You guys have a good one. All right, guys. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to me. You guys good? All right, guys. This is Emmett Stallworth, the Alpha Builder. In some situations, guys, you just got to do it. And that's what we're doing today. I taught the lesson. I told them what to do. I told them my expectations. I told them what I need. And at the end of the day, you got to just do it. You got to jump in this thing. You got to do it. There should be no questions. No questions asked. We got to get out here and do it. That's the name of the game. There's some people that talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. This is what these guys are doing right here. This is build up. These guys are building. I'm trying to, first thing I have to do is I have to make sure that my guys understand safety. So the first part is safety. We went over the safety stuff. We're gonna have our safety exam. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out. Guys, we try to measure once. Measure twice and cut once, okay? So we're gonna measure up. They know what they're doing. They got their plans on. Guys, the greatest thing about this new generation, is they know how to use them phones, man. So they can take pictures of everything, put it on their phone, and these guys can go ahead and do what they gotta do. All right, let me show you guys something. All right, let me show y'all something. Royals, before you go any further. Stutterman, before you go any further. There's a reason. You might be a little different. I think you figured it out. Jordan, but hold up before you do anything. For any of you guys, Hardy, hold up. When you guys go any further, there's a reason I got these out here. I ain't just got them out here because they're pretty. How do you know that when you draw your square, that it's square? Think about what I just said, Student. How do you know that when you got your square, when you drew this right here, I want you to look at this right here. How do you know? I want you to look, watch this right here. Watch this, put this right here. See? No. Now, this right here is square. You see how you out of square? See? There's a reason that I had that there. That's the reason I brought these on site. You follow me? Guys, everything that you see on these tables and stuff, it's here for a reason. Okay? Hey, you got to have a square. Because if you don't get this stuff in square or you don't get this stuff right, when you start putting it together, you're going to have yourself a holy mess. You understand that? So you guys better grab that square, carpenter square. Or, you know something, I can just let you go ahead and cut it up, cut these things out, and do it the way you're going to do it. And when you start putting it together, the headache is going to be so dramatic that you ain't going to want to deal with it. But guys, at the end of the day, guys, what I'm trying to get these guys to understand, I taught the lesson, went over everything. At the end of the day, they're going to have to be the ones that do it, guys. You can't be afraid to start. And this is even with building and anything that you guys do. You cannot fear starting. Starting a game. You gotta just, sometimes you gotta just jump in. Just try. And if you know something, Royals, if you mess up, you just messed up. That's okay. We can redo it. We can fix it. All right, Joe. All right, guys. You guys have a good one.